saw your light eyes. I told Lynn, he is indeed your perfect man. Sweet Elliot Cahn, bum, bum, boom, I remember when you were the musical driver, playing tunes to our laughter. Boom, 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 boom. Warm, musical, fabulous, blessing you, blessing me. Sweet Elliot Cahn, 70 looks so damn good. We were so charmed when you showed up in our world.
Elliot, you're in California, and you're just about to be 70 years old. Now, I'm an old hand at this because I've been 70 for almost 2 years now, and I tell you, it rocks. So here's a little song from me to you about encouragement. Don't you bet on the next best thing. Don't you bet on the next best thing. Your voice may be funny, but you still gotta sing. So don't you bet on the next best thing. Oh no, don't you bet on the next best thing. Don't you pick up on that diamond ring. Don't you pick up on that diamond ring. Or the jewelry and the gold don't mean a goddamn thing. So don't you pick up on that diamond ring. Oh no, don't you pick up on that diamond ring. Happy birthday, Elliot.
Give me an E. Enthusiasm.
Give me an L.
Loving, loyal legend.
Give me an L.
Likeable.
Give me an I.
Imaginative.
Give me an O.
Open-minded.
Give
me
me
a
a
T.
T. Talented.
And what is
What
that?
does that
Elliot. And what does
What's
that
that
spell?
Toilet.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Toily.
All right, good.
Hi, Elliot. I want to take the opportunity to wish you a fabulous milestone birthday. I'm so happy that I could be part of this. And I wanted to just touch on a memory that I had about how we met. As you know, I was seriously dating Robbie Mayer, and that ended because of that traumatizing meatball incident as soon as I had come back from Europe on my teen tour. This now left me in 12th grade not having a serious boyfriend, and I needed someone very smart. So when I heard about a mixer at Columbia University, I said, this is perfect. I'll go there. We arrived on a bus, a lot of the girls. We went to whatever your building was for the freshmen. I remember walking down a staircase, and suddenly I had memories of Olivia de Havilland in the movie Snake Pit, of her going into a madhouse. And within minutes, I said, this is absolutely not for me. I must leave, wend my way through the crowd, and I'll sit on the bus till it's finished. As I'm making my way out of the room, I suddenly heard someone say, don't throw that rock at me. Immediately, I was compelled to respond, keep away from me with the rock. That brought us together. I think we did the entire first side of the 2,000-year-old man, me doing probably more of the Mel Brooks, you doing the Carl Reiner. I think we might even have gone on to the second side. All I know, it led to a wonderful time together filled with lots of romance and lots of laughter. The other memory, which is not entirely pleasant, is when we went to the New York Hilton Hotel and literally got a wake-up call about what birth control is all about. Childhood friendships is what keeps us young. I truly believe that, even if you're 2,000 or 2001 years old. So, darling Elliot, as we know, eat a nectarine. It's a hell of a fruit. And never, ever date a woman like Delilah who's going to try to cut off your hair. That's your power, so stick with women like Valerie. I love you, sweetheart. Happy birthday.
Well, so what can I say about my pal Elliot, who I've known since 1968 or 67? Who can remember? I've had him, well, it's the easy answer would be to talk about the musical moments we shared. Sha Na Na's first Fillmore shows, Woodstock, the Fillmore's West, all the shows he did with me on my tour, the Plug Me Into Something tour and my tour for my A&M Records. Many great musical moments, but that's not really the greatest value in my friendship with Elliot. It's that he's been my friend throughout my life, and when I've had need of shall we say, counsel, not in the legal sense, although in the legal sense as well, he's always been there for me. He's always been a dear friend. He's always, being the smart guy he is, his advice was always taken to heart and almost always taken and acted on. He does owe me greatly for having me come back to that Sha Na Na reunion a couple of years ago, where I was forced to watch the current band's performance. You can edit that out. But actually, we've had a lot of fun together, but the greatest memories I have are, just being good friends. Very funny nights when we had a house together in Boston with Rich Jaffe from Sha Na Na. And this was after I'd left. And throughout the different highs and lows of both his career and mine, somehow we always managed to stay friends and never really have an argument after an initial one we had in about 1968, which wasn't that big a deal. It was over, I believe, about $40. And so I would say he's one of my oldest friends, if not, the oldest at this point. There might be a couple older ones. I can't think of them at the moment. And it's been a great ride. And as Elliot turns 70, I have to say that he's a great friend, a great guy, and I know he doesn't like the jokes, so I have most notably avoided saying when Elliot was in school the Dead Sea was only sick. I all this stuff, I didn't do any of it, and I could have, but I didn't. I had respect. I was going to say he was my great-grandmother's favorite entertainer back in the day, but, didn't do it. Anyhow, I love Elliot very much as you could love someone that you have as a friend. And I'm just trying to think of things to say, but there's, that's just the truth. And I hope we have many more years together. I wish the one regret that I have is that we've lived so far apart and have not really been able to have a lot of FaceTime. But, he's always been there for me. When I first did my show, one-man show, the one-hit wonder. Somehow, Elliot turned up at the show. I mean, he's been there for me at key moments, and I love him very much, and that's it.
Elliot, Elliot, Elliot. My brother, my rite of passage brother. I have so much birthday love to send you on this milestone of a birthday to you. And there's so much I have to say about you and what I love about you. But the fact that you're 70 years old and you're so fucking hip. I love all that you do. I love your story, where you've come from. And I love holding your story and sitting in a circle with you. And I love how you help me and hold my story too. And I'm just so delighted to know you the way I know you. And to have all of the deep sharing and our shadows and our joy and all of our life together. And I just want to say, one of the most powerful experiences of my life, you were there in such an emotionally stable and supportive way to me, and that was at a rite of passage weekend at Camp Augusta on the weekend. And we were probably in one of the most vulnerable processes, I think, for me the whole weekend, and one of the most vulnerable things I've ever done in my life. Very exposed, very vulnerable. And after I had my experience, I remember coming back to you right in circle. We were sitting together. It's like only known each other for not even 48 hours at that point, I think. And you embraced me in a way. You really saw me. You saw me go through something really intense and opening and beyond my edge. That was prolific, profound. So profound. And just your embrace for me and seeing me and holding me next to you. I'll never forget that amongst so many other things about you, Elliot. So I got so much love for you, so much respect. You truly are one of probably the top 2 elders I look forward to kind of replicating into my elder years. So you're so damn young. 70 doesn't make sense. You hold your age so beautifully, and you go through life with so much care and love. And I look up to you big time, my friend. Lots of birthday love to you.
Elliot was probably my best friend for a number of years when we were kids, and they were the years when a lot of one's character gets formed. One learns how to conduct oneself in company and what to expect of the world, and just what interests one will develop. And in that respect, Elliot was a very good friend to have. He was intellectually curious. He was a very decent guy. And mostly he was a lot of fun. I haven't seen Elliot a lot in the last 50 years. I'd like to think some of his good traits rubbed off on me, and I would be willing to bet that he's still a good guy. So, Elliot, happy birthday and many more.
Hey, Elliot, it's your tribe brother, Ricardo here. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday and tell you what it's meant to me to be your friend and get to know you over the last 3 years. First of all, it's just been awesome. It's been a real treat, something that really benefited me a lot, being your friend and spending time with you. You are a wise man. You are a man who doesn't talk a lot. You are a great listener instead. And when you do talk, it's insightful, it's meaningful, it's real, it's from the heart. And I admire that you are so contemplative, that you think about things before you open your mouth. It definitely carries sort of a wise elder energy to it. And I admire it very much. It's something I could benefit from, for sure. And you're fun, and you're cool, and you're warm, and you're real, and you're courageous. You're able to call bullshit when you see it. You know, you're like one of those really nice, sweet guys who also calls a spade and doesn't take crap, and can be honest and real. And I think that's a very cool quality, to be both of those things. So that, in a nutshell, are the things I admire about you, Elliot, and I'm just really very, very happy and very blessed to be your friend and have you in my tribe, and I look forward to many more years of sitting together and keeping it real.
Hush, hush, whisper who dares. Christopher Robin is saying his prayer.
If only you'd held the party in your favourite English village, Steeple Bumpstead. As I recall, we first met in, well, I'm sorry, but my memory's a bit shot, but Lynn assures me that yours is in similar condition. So I can simply make it up and you won't know any different. Yeah, as I was saying, we first met in, I think, 1975. You just left the Beatles and I was on the run from a British mental institution. It was a marriage made in heaven. You were worldly wise and I was an idiot. So no change there. I was 23 going on 7 and you were 26 going on 27. We shared a lovely house in the Hollywood Hills with crap furniture. We played backgammon and listened a lot to Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner's 2,000-Year-Old Man. I kind of adopted drugs at about the same rate that you gave them up. I mean, we were both into journalism. I was already a journalist and you fancied trying a similar path, but we chose differing subject matter. I opted for the likes of Captain Beefheart and Rod Stewart, whereas you chose David Cassidy and Barbie Benton, as I recall. Then you moved to the Bay Area. That went tits up. Off you went. You headed north, and our umbilical became stretched. And our paths have crossed rarely since, but I've always considered you to be one of my best lifelong friends, which only goes to prove how difficult it is I find it to make them. In closing, I must pay tribute to your greatest contribution to my life, and it's your maxim, which has since been enshrined as the McConnell family motto, and it's regularly chanted to this day by my 91-year-old mother, and that is, fuck 'em if they can't take a joke. Cheers, Elliot. I'm sorry I can't be there. Have a lovely day. Night. Bravo. You'd decided to hold the party in your favourite English village, Steeple Bumpstead, rather than very unromantic San Francisco. As I recall, we first met in, well, I can't really remember because my memory's shot, but Lynn assures me that yours is in similar condition, and so I can simply make it up and you won't know any different. Yeah, we met, I think, in about 1975. You just left the Beatles, and I was on the run from a British mental institution. It was a marriage made in heaven. You were worldly wise and intelligent, and I was an idiot. So no change there. I was about 23 going on 8. You were 26 going on 27. We decided to share a house. It was lovely, this wonderful place with crap furniture in the Holiday Hills. We played backgammon and listened to Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner's 2, 3, 4, 5,000-year-old man. And I kind of took to illicit substances at about the rate that you stopped doing them. I was already a journalist, but you decided on a similar path. But we chose markedly different subject matter. I opted for the likes of Captain Beefheart and Rod Stewart, and you chose David Cassidy and Barbie Benton. Our paths have crossed rarely since you moved up to the Bay Area, but I've always considered you to be one of my best and lifelong friends, which only goes to prove how difficult it is that I find to make them. In closing, I've got to pay tribute to your greatest contribution to my life, and it's your maxim, by which has been enshrined as a McConnell family motto ever since you told me. It's so true that even my 90-year-old mum still chants it almost daily, and that is, as you well know, fuck 'em if they can't take a joke. Happy birthday, Elliot. Have a wonderful time, and I'm really sorry that I'm not there to share it with you. Cheers, old boy. Great. Yo.